Hello everyone! For our animation and annotation unit, I chose to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit, directed by Robert Zemeckis and released in 1988. In preparation, I read one review and one commentary. The Animated Wonders of Roger Rabbit movie review, feverishly inventive mix of actors, cartoon characters by Sheila Benson, published by the Los Angeles Times, and On Class, Capitalism, and Urban Planning in Who Framed Roger Rabbit by Olivia Rutigliano, published by Crime Reads. And here are the three expectations I had based on those readings: edgier storytelling, having something for the kids but also the adults, near seamless transition between the real world and the animated world, draws inspiration from real life and provides social commentary through the existence of tunes. Both articles were really good, and I would definitely recommend them. The sequence I chose to analyze was the scene at the bar where Judge Doom, Christopher Lloyd's character, is in search of Roger Rabbit. He finds him and plans to execute him using a specialty acid made to kill tunes, nicknamed the Dip. Our main character, Eddie Valiant, played by Bob Hoskins, offers Roger one last drink with the knowledge that Roger reacts strongly to alcohol and will set himself free. Eddie fights his way past the animated henchmen, and the two make their escape. I chose this scene because it does a great job of showcasing how animated characters feel real within the world of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Earlier in the scene, Eddie says to Roger, "I don't know who's tunier," when Judge Doom uses the shave and a haircut knock to lure Roger out of his hiding spot. Then Eddie has to use a cartoonish tactic, offering Roger a drink, as distraction. This line perfectly describes the relationship between animation and realism in this film. Anything the tunes do, the humans do as well. In Chapter 2, page 20 of A Short Guide to Writing About Film by Timothy Corrigan, the film industry depends on and responds quickly to changes in technology. This, of course, ties into the fact that the film is directed by Robert Zemeckis, who has done Back to the Future, Forrest Gump, Polar Express, and A Christmas Carol. The Zemeckis motif is advancement in technology. The technology here, erasing the dimensional line that differentiates the real world and the animated world. From The Animated Wonders of Roger Rabbit by Sheila Benson, she writes, "Roger Rabbit has a different fascination for each age. Kids will gawk at the trick itself, and if, as kids sometimes do, they try to find a flaw in the execution, they won't be able to. These tunes cast real shadows in more than one sense of the word." To add on to that, these animated characters make the world feel as lived in as the humans do, breaking, spilling, and moving objects as they interact with them, complete with their own shadows. As Roger Rabbit remains in Lloyd's grasp for the first half of the scene, he motions him in front of the camera, sways with Hoskins back and forth to give the illusion of Roger's presence, and shakes his whole body when Roger begins to react. Then, when the fight ensues, the camera follows the movement of the action, displaying the tune's impact and even providing some foreshadowing. Animation, at least in this film, is heightened realism or extreme realism. Everyone is an exaggerated character, even the humans. Eddie is a classic noir detective stuck with a heavy accent. Judge Doom is cartoonishly evil, and Eddie and his wife directly mirror Roger and Jessica Rabbit. Plus, a crazy concept like this kinda needs to be animated, and live action doesn't have the flexibility to accomplish that. Animated films can also achieve realism through the story told, as Who Framed Roger Rabbit does with the concept of its marginalized community of tunes facing the threat of gentrification, something very near and dear to the Los Angeles setting. Luckily, the movie's happy ending is the tunes being able to keep their land, instead of allowing it to be plotted for freeway architecture and vehicular transportation, something Rutigliano suggests only animation can do. The movie does not concern itself with making you think the animated characters are real, as they appear stylistically cartoonish, because that's the point. They are animated, but affect and exist in the environment around them, even while moving frame by hand-drawn frame. Thanks for watching!